Is the pawn the villain when the situation turns based on the actions of the pawn? Well, that's way to describe the fairy tale chapter 350. A very strange chapter. I don't know if I'm happy or whatever with this chapter. I mean, you too do tell me what you thought about this one. But if you are the sliker of fairy tale, then I will just simply say, shut up, do not even bother question me. Only if you have an open mind. Well, this chapter, that Doriate turns into a demon, and then he suddenly lets out a roar that shrinks everyone again! And that means Grey, Natsu, Minerva, Lucy, Wendy, Flare, and even the treasure hunters, as well as Charlie and Happy. And they freak out when they see Doriate. Grey tries to attack, but he can't, and he's badly hurt by Doriate with one single punch. He then begins to think logical, or whatever logical, is that apparently he begins to think that when Doriate fell on the ice, it hurt him, despite the fact that he has a crushing weight, so she should have had pretty big endurance for that one. That makes Grey think that Doriate's weakness is actually this ice. And he begins to wonder, but since he is a kid, he cannot hurt him with his own ice. But he thinks he can hurt him using the ice freezing the entire village. He then thinks that the reason why he felt that ice was familiar back then is because it has an eerie feeling, the same ice that sealed the Deliora. But he has not... He at first hesitates on freezing that, and Charlie and Happy together, even though they can fly so much, actually tries to fly Grey a little bit to safety when he gets punched. But even Child Grey has some endurance. He takes 2 punches and is still kicking. But Grey gets new resolve and channels the ice through his body and unleashes it on the other side. He then regrows back into a young adult. But then something troubles me. He says something that that ice had an eerie feeling, alright. But Doriate, who turns back into his more human demon form, says chuckles and said, you're the one who opened it. Hell Gate, that is. It can't be undone. Oh yeah, Grey said something, there's no change in its unsettling magic. But somehow this... I'm beginning to wonder, has Grey done an action that makes him almost like a villain? No, I'm not saying that Grey would turn a villain. That's impossible, and it will be extremely stupid if he did. But it's almost logical. Right now, this arc is actually focusing on Grey. One of the first times in a while we've seen an arc focusing on Grey and his character development. So, I think this arc will make him the strongest ice maker in the country. But is this ice some kind of connection to the Hell Gate? I mean, does that mean that, Hades Gate? Do you mean that whoever froze this village actually had to froze it because whatever comes from Hades Gate was here too? I mean, what I'm trying to say is the freezing ice is necessary. But, well, the ice has not melted, thanks to Grey. It has not melted. So why does that mean that Grey has opened the door? I mean, even before that, we see Doriate suddenly get eaten by that weird bird who has suddenly grown 10 feet tall. And, well, whatever. Now, this is the mysterious getting thicker. Is it bad or is it good? I have no freaking idea. But I can admit, I am just curious to know what happens next. Next week's chapter is called Eternal Flame, so we can only guess that we will see the Eternal Flame, if only for a second. Maybe we'll switch back to Natsu and see whatever voice he found. Amusing, but still it felt like a pretty short chapter. Nothing really too spectacular, but that thing about Grey opened the gate, that worries me. I'll see you next time.